Fadley was just a little boy when he was abandoned by his parents. They left him alone in the house with no food, no water, and no hope. He was scared and alone, not knowing what to do or where to go. Days passed by and Fadley tried to survive the best he could. He drank water from the sink and ate some leftover food that he found in the refrigerator. But the food and water were not enough to keep him alive for long. Fadley was getting weaker by the day, and he knew he couldn't survive much longer. One day, Fadley's neighbor noticed that something was wrong. She had not seen Fadley's parents around for a while and she decided to check on him. When she went to the house, she found Fadley lying on the floor, weak and barely alive. She immediately called for help and Fadley was rushed to the hospital. Fadley was malnourished and dehydrated. He had been alone in the house for several days, with nobody to take care of him. The doctors were amazed that he had survived for so long without any help. They did everything they could to save his life, and eventually, he pulled through. After he was discharged from the hospital, Fadley was taken to a children's home. The staff there were kind and caring, but Fadley felt lost and alone. He missed his parents and he couldn't understand why they had left him. He cried himself to sleep every night, longing for his parents to come back and take him home. Weeks turned into months, and months turned into years. Fadley grew up in the children's home, but he never forgot about his parents. He wondered where they were and why they had left him. He tried to imagine what his life would have been like if they had stayed. As he grew older, Fadley learned to cope with his pain and loneliness. He made friends with the other children in the home and he tried to focus on his studies. He was a bright student and he loved to read books. Reading was his escape from reality, and he would spend hours lost in the pages of his favorite novels. Despite everything he had been through, Fadley never lost hope. He dreamed of a better life, one where he would be loved and cared for. He knew that one day, he would find a family who would accept him for who he was. When Fadley turned 18, he left the children's home and started his own life. He got a job and rented a small apartment. He was finally free to make his own choices and to live life on his own terms. One day, Fadley received a letter in the mail. It was from his parents, who had been living in another state all this time. They apologized for what they had done and they begged for Fadley's forgiveness. They said that they had been going through a difficult time in their lives and they had made a mistake. Fadley was shocked and confused. He didn't know how to feel about his parents' letter. On one hand, he had always longed to be reunited with them. But on the other hand, he couldn't forget the pain that they had caused him. After much thought and soul-searching, Fadley decided to forgive his parents. He realized that holding on to his anger and resentment would only hurt him in the end. He wrote back to his parents, telling them that he forgave them and that he was willing to give. Thank you for watching. And stay alive.